Thank you, Bhavna. Hello, everyone. My name is Ashish, and today in this session, I'll be talking about CRM charts and dashboard, which is one of the most powerful features in CRM Online. Okay, we'll also be going to the technical aspects of CRM charts and dashboards, and we'll demonstrate few capabilities along with an example. Okay, so CRM charts. So they are graphical view of business data. Like day-to-day life, we want to view our business data in a graphical format. We want to view the performance of the business, the growth, the revenue, the sales activity. So all this can be monitored with the help of a simple graphical view, that is the CRM charts. So they are also known as visualizations in Microsoft Dynamics CRM. So CRM charts, also known by the name Microsoft Dynamics CRM or visualizations. So they are attached to an entity in Microsoft Dynamics CRM. So if you look at this example, so this is an entity project. So we have over here charts attached to this entity, that is the project entity. So with the help of this entity, we can attach a chart, but only one chart at a time. Okay, so if you want to view the multiple visualizations, we can view with the help of a single dashboard, which we'll be looking in a few minutes. And the last point is derived from the namespace system.charting. Like this namespace contains hundreds of different classes and methods by which we can perform different capabilities of charts and modify those charts. Alright, so before moving on to the next part, we'll take a demonstration of charts, how to create simple charts in CRM, how to modify those charts. Okay, so we have over here a plus sign to create a new chart. So this is the chart designer which is available in CRM. So what are the different components of this chart? We have a vertical axis known as the series and a horizontal axis known as the category. So what we'll do is we'll take a project, we'll take different projects present over here and compare with respect to total budget and the actual revenue. So we'll define two series. First one is the total budget and next one is the actual revenue. So this is the aggregate function we have, that is average, mean, max, count and sum. And we have different types of charts, like we can prepare a bar chart, we can prepare a column chart or a pie chart, funnel chart. On the horizontal axis we'll select a project name. So we want to view different projects with respect to the budget and the actual revenue. So that's done. We'll just give this CRM chart a name, is total versus actual. And we'll save this CRM chart. Okay, so we'll close this designer and here it goes. This is how it will look like. So we have on the left hand side we have the sum of total budget and on the right hand side we have the sum of actual revenue. This bottom horizontal axis represents the project name and this two represents the legends. Okay, so if you look at this chart, there are different disadvantages or drawbacks for these charts, like the scale mismatching. On the left hand side we have some different scale, while on the right hand side we have some different scale, because of which the bars are not properly aligned. Like take this example for CRM dashboard, we have the same revenue but they are in different positions with respect to the total budget and actual revenue. Also the data labels which are present at the top of the bar are quite confusing. Like you can see over here, they are creating a mess. We are not able to figure out which revenue belongs to which chart and so on. So in short, we need to modify this chart so that it looks much more beautiful to visualize the data. So what we can do? So we have the option to export this chart. So if you want to modify this chart, we need to download the XML code for this chart. So with the help of this export option present over here, we can export the XML for this chart. Like I'll save this and I'll open this XML. There you go. So this is the XML code for that particular chart. So let's take a look on a high level what this represents. So this highlighted part represents the data, like from where we are going to take the data, from where we are going to import the data. Like we have, this is the name of the chart, then we have the entity from where we are going to take, like we have the project entity, and which function we are going to perform, some function or any other function. So likewise, we have different XML tags, and this bottom part represents the part for designing aspects. Like we want to play with the series, we want to change the series name, or we want to play with the axis, we want to change the title of the axis, we want to change the color code, or we want to change the font size of the axis. Then we have the title part. So we want to align the title at the top or to the right. So with the help of these tags, we can play with this chart. And at the last, we have the legends. Okay, so this is how the XML code for a particular CRM chart look like. Okay, so what we'll do is, we'll modify this chart and see what are the different capabilities available in CRM. So after importing this XML code, what we'll do is, we'll try to modify this chart one by one. For example, first we'll combine this axis. There are two different axes, so we'll combine into a single axis so that the bars does not mismatches. So we'll combine this into a single axis, and we'll try to remove those labels which are quite confusing over here. So we'll do these two things. So to remove the axis, what we'll do is, we remove this tag from the series tag, that is y-axis type equal to secondary. So by removing this, we are combining both axes into a single axis. And second thing is, we'll remove this property, or we'll change this property from true to false, that is value shown as label, so that we are able to remove those currency numbers which are quite confusing. So we'll make it as false in both the case for both the series. Okay, so we have made two changes. First one is, we have removed the label, and the second change is, we have combined the two axes into a single axis. What we'll do is, we'll save this chart, okay, or we'll save this XML code and we'll go back to a CRM. So after saving that XML code, we'll import this code back into the CRM so that the changes are reflected over here. So we have the option to import the chart. We'll click on import chart and we'll select from which location you have saved the chart. So likewise, we select the chart and we import the chart, and after importing, you'll get a chart which looks something like this. This is what you are going to achieve, that is, we are going to combine these two axes into a single axis and remove those labels from the top of the bar. Okay, so it looks much more beautiful as compared to the previous chart. Okay, alright. So, but there are still some more things which we can do with the CRM charts. Like, I'm not happy with this label. It's quite confusing, like a sum of total budget and sum of actual revenue. So it should be just a total budget and total revenue. That means I need to rename this label, or I need to have some beautiful arrow style at the axis end, like we have arrow style. And also I want to view the label in a short format, like I want to see something like, for this value I want 100,000 or 200,000, something like that. So let's see how we can achieve this. In the similar way we can export this chart or download the XML code for this chart and modify the chart. Okay, so this is the code or the XML code for this chart. What we'll do is, we have highlighted the part which we have changed. So the first one is label format. So we want labels in the form of thousands, like 200,000, $100,000, like that. And also we'll enable this property from false to true, because we are going to show the label. So we are enabling this property to true. Also we are adding a new legend. So instead of that sum of actual revenue and sum of total budget, we'll be adding just a total budget and actual revenue. So we are adding this tag inside the series. Also we want some beautiful arrows at the axis end. So inside this axis Y, we'll add a tag that is arrow style equal to triangle. Similarly for X axis also we'll add this arrow style equal to triangle. And last but not the least, we'll change this name from project name to just a single project. So these are the changes which I have highlighted. So what we'll do is, we'll save this code, XML code, and import back to the CRM. So like we have done previously, we'll import this code back to the CRM with the help of import options. And here it goes. This is how it will look like after importing back to the CRM. So whatever changes we have made, we have changed the label, we have changed the title, and we have added some arrow style, we have added some data labels at the top of the chart. Okay, so these are all changes what we have done. But still, I'm not happy with these colors of the CRM charts. So this blue color, red color, I hate this color. So what if I want some beautiful colors for the CRM charts? What provisions do I have? So once again, I'll export this chart or I'll download this chart and I'll play with the colors. Okay, so we have different palettes like we have bright, grayscale, Excel, pastel, chocolate, fire, sea green. So any color or any color combination you want to use in your chart, you can use this palette codes. For now, I have used over here palette color is equals to fire. Or else we have another option of choosing the RGB color format. So instead of this code, you can write something like you want orange color or you want another bar as blue color. Okay, so likewise you can change the XML code as per your convenience. So for now, I'll change it to palette. I'll save this XML code and import back to the CRM. And this is the third chart after modification. Here it goes. Wow, that's beautiful. So this is much more beautiful as compared to the previous charts which we saw. Okay. What if I want to view this chart in a 3D format or in a 3D view? Right now we have a 2D view for this chart. But what if I want to view this chart in a 3D view or in a 3D format? Do we have this provision? Yes, we have. In a similar way we can export the code, download the code, and we can create some beautiful 3D charts. So how we can achieve this? Just we need to add a simple tag that is area 3D style, and we have to enable it from false to true so that we are able to view the 3D charts for that particular property. Also, if you want to customize the width and height or the pixel points, I have highlighted over here. So we'll save this XML code and we'll import back to the CRM, and this is the 3D chart for the previous 2D chart what we saw. This looks pretty cool. So likewise we have different 3D charts created. We have a 3D pie chart. So this is how 3D pie chart looks. We have a 3D cylindrical chart, so in the form of a cylinders. Then we have 3D donut chart. So this is a modification to the pie chart. So here we have made some special modifications like the completed color is green. So we have marked it as green because since the project is completed. So we can see over here, I've given these 4 colors: blue, green, orange and red. So blue stands for active, green for completed, and on hold it's a danger sign, so it's a red color. So likewise we can modify those shapes. Okay, so we have those different 3D charts created. One more thing we can see is we can also sort these bars, like we want to see which project is performing better, like the CRM charts in terms of revenue. It's at $240,000. So we have sorted this chart in descending format from top to the bottom. So we can sort in ascending format also. We can do much lot things with the CRM charts. Okay, so what we have saw till now is CRM charts and its modifications. We have seen multi-series chart, that is 2 different series and then combined to a single series. Then we have seen the axis modification, like we have changed the labels, we have changed the title, we have played some colors, then we have changed the color palettes, we have seen the file, and then we have created some 3D charts, 3D pie chart, donut chart, column chart, and so on. And we have seen the sorting, how we can sort the charts. Alright, so a quick recap. So with the help of these CRM charts, we can drill down, we can present multi-series chart, and we can customize, and we can save and share those charts. Okay, so this was all about CRM charts, but we have a lot more things in CRM charts. For now, we'll move on to the dashboard. So what are dashboards? As we have discussed, if you want to view multiple visualizations in a single plane or single place, we have a provision in CRM known as CRM dashboards. So what we'll do is we'll club all those charts together in a single place and club it into a single dashboard. So we have 4 different components, that is chart, list, iframe, and web resource. Take a look, we'll quickly create a single dashboard in CRM. We'll go to sales, then we'll click on new. After going on to the dashboard, we'll click on new. So basically we'll be looking at the 4 different components, how we will create a chart, an iframe, or we'll embed a list inside a dashboard. Alright, it's loading. So I'll click on new to create a new dashboard. So at the most you can place 6 different components inside a single dashboard. So we have an option to choose 3-column dashboard or 4-column dashboard. So for now I'll choose this 3-column OV dashboard. Click on create. Okay, so these are the 4 different components, the chart, list, web resource, and iframe. So what we'll do is we'll first place a single chart into this dashboard. What we have created the charts previously, will embed this chart inside this dashboard. For the project entity, we'll select the project entity, and whichever chart you want to put inside the dashboard, like I'll choose this 3D pie chart, and click on add. So likewise we can place different charts. Also we can place list or views inside the dashboard. Web resource, if you want to embed an HTML page or a JavaScript page or an iframe. So what Bhavna has created a report in the previous session. We can place these reports inside these dashboards with the help of iframe. So after placing all these components, this is how the dashboard will look like. We have 6 different components. Inside this we have 4 charts, top 3 charts, and this is a list or the view. It's a list for my projects. And at the bottom we have the report which Bhavna had created. So we can filter out these reports as per the user. And so this is how we can have a glance at a single dashboard at just one place. Okay, so this was about dashboard. To summarize, we can combine different data from different entities. We can set those dashboard to default dashboard, like a project manager wants to view a particular dashboard as a default dashboard. So we can set the default dashboard. Also we can embed a report inside a dashboard using iframe, just now we saw. Then we can customize the height and width of each component inside the dashboard. And we can share those dashboards with different users. We can share with the sales team, we can share with the marketing team. And last but not the least, we can create mobile dashboards for your iPad or tablets or the mobile devices. Okay, so this was all about CRM charts and dashboards, which just now we saw. So it's one of the most powerful features in CRM Online. So any queries till now?
Hello. Does anyone have any question?
Okay, if you have any questions, you can raise your hand or you can type in the chat box over there. And please don't forget, we have another session at 8:30 for Microsoft Power BI, which will be presented by a senior data analyst, Sagar, in a few minutes. So you can join this session. For now, anyone having any query?
I have a question. This is Srilata.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay, in the I see on AdHoc you and Bhavana created the reports. So, are there any particular permissions you need in order to do this? Like, okay, I meant to ask. Like, we have report SSRS report you take. You have report manager and report viewer. So, whenever you are doing the work, you do the report manager. But when it's published for the client, you use the report viewer. So like that, Microsoft Dynamics CRM, wherever you can add the charts, where you can create the reports like Bhavna showed. So those are the options are available for everybody or only for the administrator or who can create or modify the reports?
Yeah, it depends on the role assigned to you in CRM Online.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. That's what I
Any other
thought.
question, ma'am?
Fine, looks good, thank you.
Okay, do visit our website www.cloudfronts.com or you can email us at info@cloudfronts.com.
Okay,
Thank you
another
so much
quick
for your
question.
valuable time. Yeah,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
yes.
Like, do you have this recorded somewhere to view later, or is this like?
Yeah, sure. We will be sharing this recording and the slide deck. You will be having it by tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank
Yep.
you so much.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.